Not difficult question, huh? Please.
No, just like things.
Only what you
This
can
is
answer.
too good. Oh, you're wonderful, Diego. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
This is smile.
Yes, we can start with the Spice questions.
The Spice Girls.
What's your favorite Spice Girl, Diego?
No, I'm not prepared about this kind of question.
Maybe, you're too cold right now. We should ask it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe put in some music.
Okay, we have this.
Perfect. Yeah. So, what were your motivations for joining the apprenticeship, and how have they been fulfilled?
So this is processing. So my motivation to joining the apprenticeships was that I was looking to work again with Hector for a long time. Actually, I was planning to go to Milan, and I didn't. That I wanted to go in August to a thing he was doing 10 days somewhere, but I couldn't go because you had to have a certain age. Then I was going to another thing in Norway, another training. Then I don't know why we talked to each other through Skype, and he told me about the internship. And I was, I'm in the process of finding out I want to change my job, and I had this opportunity to go to the States to explore what community organizing was about. And at one point I realized that actually just after I would have come back from the States, this internship would have started. And so I think maybe I can do those things together. And then I wanted to work with Hector, but also this thing of the conflict was interesting for me because it was really political, and actually this is what I would like to do, to unite theater and politics and community organizing. And so I think, I don't know, I felt that I had to come here. And then that a month is also a good period to really learn, because I've always been doing workshop 3 days, 2 days there, etc. But to be a month focused and working with, these were the reason. How much were they fulfilled? Actually, it turned out to be different from what I expected rationally, maybe not so different from what I really maybe unconsciously knew, because I know Hector, I know his work, I've read his book, so in some way I knew that it would have been also an interior process, journey. So I felt that I didn't really work on the conflict that much, even though I did in some way, more on the aftermath and on what is left after a conflict than about the conflict itself. But yes, in some way I did it. So I was expecting to work more with ex-combatants of both sides and on dialogue between different sides, and this didn't really happen in the work itself. But I think that I worked a lot on my motivation, on my struggles and my obstacles to do this kind of work with community, with groups, with theater.
And so any unexpected things emerged from the process, even if you didn't expect it, something that break your initial expectation and that you find interesting?
Yeah, the working with the kids, with the adolescents. I didn't expect to work with this kind of age group at all. So and I had never had the chance to work, even to stay a long time with those two age groups. And I discovered a lot of things. So these were really unexpected and really good.
When you say 2 age groups, you mean teenagers and kids?
Teenagers and kids, yes.
Which were for you the key moments of this experience, like the core of the entire process?
You mean moments or things that we have been doing many times?
Yeah, I mean like in the structure, which kind, not moments like...
Not episodic moments, but the...
if you want also to share an episodic moment, it's okay.
The moments, I mean, processing after the was really... I think I've never done something like this. Maybe actually I've seen something similar now in the States in community organizing, because they evaluate every action after they do it. They have always evaluation about the action, and they use the same terminology of Hector, praxis, etc. But it's not so deep. 4 minutes to go. Oh, you cigarette.
Hey! Real life.
And so yes, the process a lot. There was a key moment always. And then in some way the sharing social media.
The social media?
I don't know. Yeah, all this, sharing photographs. It was a little bit like processing also, I don't know. Because usually I don't do that a lot, usually. I'm not a Facebook addicted or not even fun. But here I found it very... I like also a space I needed, and sharing the moments, pictures, the video, taking notes, sharing part of the notes.
What do you mean with processing?
What do you mean with processing? Who I am behind me.
What are you doing? Okay, mysterious moment.
What's processing for you, Diego?
Processing is to share, think about share, and also try to understand what happened to you when you do work with the groups. So the feelings, the obstacles, the good moments, the signs that you get from people, yes, in order to improve, yourself and the capabilities of relating to people and to creating during the work.
Thank you. Okay. Which were the main challenges for you, and how did you face them?
The main challenges for me were to be present, to be involved. I mean, because sometimes you feel you're not really in charge, because it's Hector is leading the process. You don't get a lot of because of the language, and you don't know about to do these things, and then I have also my difficulties with the group and to relate to people, to open up, etc. So the main challenge was to be present, to learn, to observe in an active way what is happening, what was happening, to find a way to make your contribution, make my contribution. And how I face it, I don't think I really face it. So, but just for me it was a struggle also to keep staying, there and going there. And so sometimes it was easier with kids was easier because they involve you. With adolescents, I found more a drive, a personal drive to do something. With in Tigers Bay was really difficult for me.
Could it be like, if I understood well, like one way to face that was connecting it to your personal experience and to things that moved you in your personal experience, and in the case of the teenagers you arrived to face it better because it connected a lot and you felt more connected, more involved.
Yeah, maybe. Could be, yes. Yeah. While in Tigers Bay I've never really faced, the problems that they faced, yes. Yes, could be.
Okay, and so how do you think this experience changed you, or it's starting maybe to change you, if it does?
I don't know. I think I have to see after in the time. I think that it helped me to, because sometimes the difficulties that you face are really, if you see it in a very objective light, I don't know, you don't really have tools to face them. Like I'm bored. No, I would say I feel bored, or I feel that this does not make sense. And then you see other people involved without much problem, and so you start to think, maybe I'm different, maybe it's not for me. But then why I am here for a month? I have a work, I have a job, I have a job, and so then to connect the difficulties to the personal attitudes and the way you usually deal with difficulties, and this help you to internalize also, because sometimes it's like if everything is outside you, you don't really have a power on it. While if it's inside you, then you can do something about it.
So, sorry, just if I understood well, you're saying that one of these changes could be like in the perception that you really have to internalize things to be able to...
Yeah, to do, the processing by yourself. So also to find time to do it, to find, like I took from Juicy the fact of writing, and I hope to keep doing this because it's a way of, processing what happens. Because for me, the most important thing that I have to struggle with my character is just to act, to start doing things. Because I always feel if it's not really clear, in your mind, if you don't really have the tools and not all the requirements to begin to act, it's better you don't do it, because you face failure, and after failure you stop. But instead you have to find a way in which you act, you learn from failure, you go back to act, and you improve a little bit. And it's strange that this thing keep coming back to me, because also in community organizing is like that. reflective on action, not reflective on reflections. And it's something that nobody, so in this way the mentoring thing also is important. It's nobody teaches in this way. So you have the books and you learn from the books, you don't learn from action. And nobody, because it's difficult to teach through action. It's much more complicated because you have to read people, not to have notions, and to be able to do it takes a lot of time, it takes lots of experience. So I think it's really valuable to find people like Hector who are able and willing, and you see that they enjoy to do this. So this is to find time to process with yourself the results, while you were feeling uncomfortable doing something, while you think it didn't work. Because sometimes we punish ourselves even more than it is justified. We make us responsible if something goes wrong. Maybe just the situation, or maybe it didn't really went wrong as you. And so this stops people from acting. And
great, so now I want you to take this, show it to the camera, yeah. And we would like to end this interview with a quite personal and difficult question that will allow us to judge you.
Very deeply.
Very deeply, and
No
it's very
pity.
important for us, you know. So Diego, what was
not the Spice Girls.
what was your favorite Spice Girl?
So I
Diego?
have to tell you that I don't know anything about Spice Girls. I don't even know their names. This is the worst answer that we do.
Okay. A bit, Pillar. Pillar. Say hi to the camera, Pillar.
Diego doesn't know anything about Spice Girls.
Yeah, Beyonce.
He doesn't like Beyonce. Come
Oh
on.
my God, we're having a problem here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Diego.
Very bad.
Dieguinho. Hello.
L'ultima domanda è un po'...
Con la collaborazione di Giuseppina Baldanza.
Aspetta, che ci fai? Di pazzo.
Ciao Giuseppina. Wow.